Hi everybody. All right, I just wanted to finish this, but I didn't want to make that video too long. It might have already been a little bit too long. This is slide 241. We're only going to like 267, but I just need to finish this discussion about the end of the 1920s and then the election of 1920. So the Treaty of Versailles faced great opposition at home, especially the possible membership in the League of Nations, and ultimately dissatisfaction with the Great War Party politics and America's commitment to isolation doomed the treaty. The Roaring Twenties, domestic, 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 thriving, pro-business, and isolation. I'm not going to get in another world war. Mind their own business. That's not us. Isolation, it's the opposite of imperialism. Anti-imperialism. Isolate ourselves, worry about domestic affairs. Harding, Coolidge, Hoover. Wilson and the treaty were met with fierce opposition from Congress and the American people when he came home from the Paris Peace Conference. Those angry at Germany felt the treaty was too lenient, and the Irish hated the League because it empowered Britain. If you studied world history, you know that there was a big situation between Britain and the Irish for close to 800 years, and the British dominated the Irish for all of that time. Japanese, Chinese, and Italian Americans felt the treaty had not done enough for their home countries. Don't forget, we had lots and lots and lots of immigrants. So they were pro-US, but now that it's over, they felt like their home countries should have been treated more fairly. Some of them were fighting for the Allies. So you have no Henry Cabot Lodge. He is the leader of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, and he delayed voting on the treaty, hoping to build opposition to it. They read in Congress all 264 pages aloud in the Senate Foreign Relations Committee to drag out the process so they could gain more votes. They held public hearings so those opposed to the treaty could voice their frustrations. Therefore, support for the treaty bogged down in the Senate. Wilson took a tour of the country to gain support. So he decides to go out to the entire country. He's going to get on a train and he's going to go all over the country to try to get support for the treaty, for the League of Nations. Out west, people warmed up to the idea of the League, and Wilson was gaining support. I can predict with absolute certainty that within another generation there will be another world war if the nations of the world do not concert the method by which to prevent it. Woodrow Wilson in Omaha explaining the need for the League of Nations, and that is very prescient. He foretold the future with that statement that within 20 years there will be another war. One generation, about 20 years. This Paris Peace Conference is 1919. World War II starts in 1939. September 1st, 1939. But Wilson collapsed in Colorado.